guys, it's Kendra. Today I have a makeup tutorial for you using a bunch of new products I'm so excited about. So I just got a bunch of Bare Minerals products. They are now on Vitacost. Greatest day of my life when I discovered that. I was just browsing through the website and saw that Bare Minerals was there, and I was glad because a lot of you guys ask me, you know, what are your favorite makeup products to buy on Vitacost? And I usually don't buy many, like my Mineral Fusion Concealer, which I will use today, and this I use is the Everyday Minerals powder. But I usually buy like all my skincare and all my home stuff and food there. But now that they have Bare Minerals, I was really excited because if you guys want to buy some makeup on their website, then they do have that now. And I got a bunch of stuff. So I'm testing out this new foundation. I don't know if this is new anymore. Is this new? It's new to me. So it's the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I really like it. Like, I mean, today's the first time I've tried it, but so far I really like it. And I have a new quad for eyeshadow, bronzer, blush, lipstick, lip gloss. The bronzer, guys, is amazing. Like, if you buy one thing from Bare Minerals that you just am like, I want to buy something from Bare Minerals, the bronzer, get it. It's so good. So the look I did is very fall appropriate, just kind of purpley, warm tones, coppery, bronzy, that sort of thing. And, you know, like a wing liner, neutral lip. But I hope you guys all enjoy this tutorial. I did just a talk through, so you can just, you know, not a voiceover. Let me know if you like voiceovers or talk throughs. Talk throughs tend to be longer because it's not as much editing. But I feel like they might be a little bit more helpful because I'm not just like rushing through it. So let me know what you guys prefer, and I hope you guys all enjoy this tutorial. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm starting with primer. I am going to use my Cover FX Illuminating Primer. So I'm going to apply this with my fingers just so it kind of blends in very nicely. So we just got our new couch in the mail and I am so in love. If you guys don't follow me on Snapchat, then you wouldn't have known that, but I got a new couch from Overstock. My face is gonna look red because right when you blend in your products with your fingers, it's going to, like, you know, obviously mess with your skin, but it will calm down. But I got it from Overstock, and I like found it first on Joss & Main, and then I found the cheapest. They sold that couch on a bunch of different websites, and I ended up buying it on Overstock, and I'm seriously in love with it. Oh my god. Okay, moving on to this foundation. I'm hoping this is the right shade. I got Bare Natural number 7, so it's straight up a liquid, so you gotta shake it a bunch. It says that it is made without water, oil, silicone, parabens, and fragrance, and it's going to feel like nothing else you felt before. Ultra thin, skin perfecting fluid, you get seamless adjustable coverage, natural finish, and it's supposed to just look like bare skin. So it has a little dropper, and then I also got the brush. You can see it has a little bit of like a divot in the middle, so that is where you're going to pour it. I'm wondering how much I need. I'm guessing just like a little bit. Let's just do a few drops to start. I feel like I'm yelling right now. Let's do 2 drops. There is that. Oh yeah, this color is good. Let's get this mirror in. Ooh, I do need a lot more product though. I'm gonna put like, just squeeze a bunch out of there and then just start kind of applying it, and then I'll start blending it. My face is red right now. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. Okay, the color is perfect, which is crazy. If you guys are ordering a foundation online, what I like to do is just type in the foundation and then type in swatches next to it, and it'll have a bunch of pictures on the shades. And sometimes I'll go to YouTube and find people who have done like a tutorial with it and kind of compare my skin tone. Okay, so this is very light in coverage. Like, if you guys want full coverage, this is definitely not for you, but it gives just like, it like evens out your skin tone. I probably will set it with a powder foundation just to get a little bit more coverage, but it feels nice. You know what it reminds me of is my Pacifica serum foundation. It feels like that. So now that that is blended in, I am going to go in with concealer and start concealing because I still definitely need to cover up like my blemishes and my under eyes. So for my blemishes, I've been using the Mineral Fusion Duo Concealer. This is also from Vitacost, and this is in the shade Neutral. And I like to just mix the two. Kind of just depends on my skin at the moment, and I just pack it in to the area that I need and then just kind of blend out the edges, and then you can just kind of build the coverage. But I like this concealer because it adds a ton of coverage, but I don't feel bad about applying it to pimples. I got a lot of questions on why, because I mentioned in my favorites or my empties that I love the Maybelline concealer. But I was saying that I don't really like to apply it to my pimples because of the ingredients, and a lot of people were asking like why it's bad. And it's just made with, you know, it has a lot of parabens and fragrance, and actually I'm not 100% sure on the fragrance, but I know that it just has ingredients that aren't extremely good for you. So because of that, I just don't feel great putting it on my pimples, but it does look really nice. Like, I'm getting breakouts down here. What is going on? I'm also going to use this as an eyeshadow primer, so I'm just putting this on my lids, and then I will set it with an eyeshadow or just like my powder foundation. Because I use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot all the time, so this is for you guys who don't have that or don't want to buy MAC products. This can work just as well. Now for under eyes, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Concealer in Custard. If you guys are wondering if, oh, you can't see it anymore, definitely have some Christmas trees back there. No shame, no shame. And then to blend this out, I just use the same brush, just pack that product in. And I like to take my concealer down a little bit towards my nose and then kind of sweep that up and away. You want to go in like a triangle rather than just a U, so that it doesn't drag your eyes down, it'll lift them up. So now that that is applied, we are going to start setting everything with a powder. So for my powder, I think I'm going to use same thing that I've been using like all the time. My It Cosmetics by Pores. I will put this underneath my eyes. I like to just pack that in. And then for my face, oh, you know what I want to use that I've been wanting to try is by, what is it by? Hang on. The Everyday Minerals base in Bare, and it's the jojoba base. So this is supposed to give your face kind of like a dewy finish, I believe. And I don't know if I've ever, or I've used this like a really long time ago. I got this off of Vitacost as well. So that is what we're doing. Ooh! Ooh, okay. I have been noticing my fine lines like extremely bad, and that just filled them in so well. For my brush, I'm using this brush by It Cosmetics. It's their Heavenly Luxe brush. That is awesome. Okay, well, I like that. I just like looked in the mirror one day and was not happy. Not happy about it. I wouldn't say this gives you a dewy finish. The jojoba is supposed to be just like hydrating though to your skin. But we will see like throughout the day how this holds up. But I like it. It's not like totally matte, but it still sets everything. It looks good. Definitely need to bring this down to my chest because my chest is like really red and freckly. Moving on to bronzer. So I got a new bronzer, which is called the High Dive. So here is the shade. I want to kind of compare it to other bronzers just to, here's like my Cover FX suntan right here. So this one is a little more bronzy, like it has a little bit more of an orange tone, like more brown, warmer. This is cooler. So we'll see how this looks. You know what this looks like is my pure bronzer. Here are those two together. Okay, so to apply this, let's see, what do I want to use? I'm going to use this guy, my Real Techniques brush. This is just like it's just perfect for bronzer. Okie dokie, let's see. And this looks pretty matte. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that is so pretty. It's like extremely pigmented. I'm using the lightest hand right now and putting the smallest amount of product on my brush. That's so pretty. I'm so excited right now. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is so pigmented, holy moly. So I am just applying this to the outer part of my face just to give a little bit more definition, kind of bring out like the dimension in your face. I'm in love. This is love at first sight. This is freaking beautiful. And it's just like the perfect tone for me. I believe they had 2 different shades. And I'm glad I went with this one. I think this is the darker one. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Since I just warmed it up, I wanna do a little bit more like actual contouring. So I'm gonna take this brush, which is the Real Techniques contour brush, and then just do a little bit of this in the hollows of my cheeks. So I wanna see what this looks like, you know, just as a contour. I've been debating getting the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D because Sephora is having their VIB sale, but I don't know. I just don't know if I need it. I mean, I know I don't need it, let's be honest, but I feel like I have enough products. I don't know. Do I need it? Let me know. Okay, so when I contour, I know I mentioned this before, but I like to go up like that, and then I also like to bring it down this way just so it kind of doesn't give you just one stark line. It's kind of like, you know, they say do a 3, so you're going dink, dink, just so it pulls it all together so you don't get that stark line right there. Okay, I'm stopping the bronzing and the contouring because I'm getting out of hand. Okay, so moving on to, I'm gonna touch up my eyebrows because they're kind of like all over the place right now, and I just want to fill them in a little bit, make them a little bit more defined. So I've been using my MAC charcoal brown just to give my eyes, just to kind of freshen them up a bit. Just like right under the, right in the arch. And then I'll just kind of, I like to just clean the line up a bit. Okay, moving on to blush. I got this one called The Confession, and it's so pretty. It's like just the most perfect nude. I don't even know if I have anything like this. This kind of reminds me of Tarte Exposed. I'm gonna compare them for you guys. No, Tarte Exposed is right here. It's more purpley, and this one by Bare Minerals is definitely more of like a bronzy color. Here's the Bare Minerals one. This brush, the Sigma F40. Just like a angled brush, okay. This is really natural. Like, this is good for, ooh, that's pretty. Like if you're doing a makeup look and you don't know what blush color to do, this is the type of blush that I usually go for. That is really nice. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I'm so pleased. Let's do some highlighter because I definitely want a little bit more highlighting going on. So I'm going to use the Pure, what is this, Afterglow. It's really pretty. Just very like, it's subtle. It just doesn't have any like chunks of glitter. It's just very, very finely milled. So you get kind of like a sheen to your cheeks rather than chunky glitter. Okay, let's move on to eyes. So since I just have concealer on, I didn't set it. I need to set it because I don't want anything to crease. So I'm going to just take a pressed powder that you have. This is one by Pure. And whoops, I'm just going to apply that with a fluffy brush all over my eyes, and it won't go on like splotchy. If you just apply it with no like powder, it'll just kind of like get creasy. But the only time I do apply it straight onto the cream is if I'm applying like a glitter color, something shimmery that I really want it to look really pigmented, then I'll just apply it to my primer with my finger. Okay, so here are the colors. This is I haven't even showed you guys this. It's called the Happy Place. So here are the 4 shadows that come in this one. First, I want to put a warm color in the crease just so everything really blends out nicely together. So you can I'll just use my bronzer, because if you guys don't have like a shadow you really love, bronzer is honestly like the best thing to do for a transition color. So I'll use this, you guys can see what I do with that. Take a fluffy brush, take some of your bronzer or just a light brown, and then just sweep this in the socket of your eye. So just back and forth so you get a little bit of contrast, a little bit of definition right there. And then once we do our other shadows, this just acts as a really nice kind of like it fades all of your eyeshadow out. Another color that I love for the crease is Makeup Geek Creme Brulee. That's the only Makeup Geek product I have, and people are like, what the heck, why don't you have more Makeup Geek? I just don't, I don't know. But I'm gonna show you that one. It's this guy, and it has a little bit of like oranginess to it, and I love it so much for the crease. It just really like makes everything pop. It is so good. And I usually bring that down too, just so it really blends together. You can be really messy with this, you just want to get that color on. So moving on to our lid color, I'm going to take a flat brush because this will really pack that color on. I'm just going to kind of like stamp it in there and then press it on to my lid. I love this. It's just a really nice coppery color. Now colors like this are really good for my fellow blue-eyed people, because it just gives, it's like the perfect contrast and it makes them pop. So I am putting this on my entire lid. So since I have a lot of extra product on my brush, I'm going to take this and blend that under my eye as well. I always apply the same color that I applied on my lid to the under part because it really pulls the whole look together. Okay, moving on to this gray color. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and blend that gray on the outer part of my eye. Okay, that is really pigmented. I'm just going to stamp it on the outer part and then start blending that out with a brush with no other product on it. And then once you have a little bit on, you can go in with a little more, just focusing this right on the outer part of our crease. And then you can kind of work that up a little bit. I don't want too much of this gray because I want to keep it pretty warm. Okay, same thing to the other side. Doing kind of like a rounded shape and then blending that up and in. Okay, and then once I have that, I'm going to go in with my purple. Same brush and put the purple on the outer part, on my lid actually too, and then I'm going to blend that in. So it's on the outer part of my lid and in the crease as well, and then you're just going to start working that in. And then take a brush with no product and start blending it more. Okay, so once I have the purple all blended, I'm going to take the brush that we apply that copper color and start blending that out, because we have a little extra product on that, so it's going to make it a little bit more intense, and then blend those colors together. And then again, blend, blend, blend. I don't want it to be like, yeah, purple here, copper here, pink here. I just want it to be like a seamless look. And then underneath her eyes, I want to put just like a light shade. This is from my It Cosmetics palette. I'm going to just use this one, which is called Sheer Joy, and just tap that underneath our brow. I don't want it to be highlighted, just soft. Okay, and then for our, like underneath our eyes, I want to take a very flat brush, if I can find it, and that purple shade. Use this kind of like eyeliner and just kind of stamp that in. What's this? On the outer part, and then we'll blend it. All right, moving on to eyeliner. I'm using this new liner, so I'm kind of nervous. We will see how this goes. This is by NYC. It's their liquid eyeliner, and it was so cheap, so I wanted to just try it, and I needed a new liner. It's their brush one. They also have a pen one. Oh, it looks nice. There's that. So I'm going to line my eyes very thinly. I don't think that's a word. Starting here, do a thin line. I want to keep it thinner in the middle or on the inner part, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a wing. Line is on, so now I'm going to take an eyeliner brush and kind of stamp in some black eyeliner. And this is good if you guys messed up a little bit or something. I mess up all the time. So I just like to use eyeshadow to correct like any bumps, and it smooths it all out. So as far as our line goes, I'm nervous to use this because it's not very stiff. So I'm going to just apply some more liner to my brush, make a little line, and then we'll kind of like thicken it up or darken it up. Just going to extend it a little so it's kind of like blurred. And it'll look a little more like smoky. Okay, this is kind of thick, so I will use another liner to make my tip. So we'll just kind of do the wing. And then I'm going to use my Blink eyeliner because it's super thin, and then I'll just extend it so it's like a thin tip. And then to make them even, I always take a Q-tip and then I just run it under. I just like lick it, and it's kind of gross. And then I run it underneath to smooth out the line. You can also use like a foundation brush, concealer brush to kind of clean it up. And you can take powder to do that. So you can just dip it in here. So it just like cleans up that line. I want to warm it up a bit, so I'm going to go in with creme brulee again. Just a soft brown color, and start blending that in the crease and kind of blending it up and out. Just to warm it up, and then it'll kind of mellow everything down. So for my bottom liner, I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin liner, just a little bit on the outer half. And then I'm going to take my black and press that in and then kind of taper that inward. And then for lashes, I'm going to curl first. This is my eyeliner. Oh, Kevin Aquan curler. I love this. It's my favorite. And then I'm using my Benefit Roller Lash, my favorite mascara of life. I'm going to use this on my bottom lashes as well. Okay, so for my lipstick, I'm using the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie Make Your Move. This one I really like because it's like a perfect mauve. Like, this is my ideal color. So I'm going to put this on first, and then my gloss is the Marvelous Moxie Rebel. I have the small, like, sample size of this. I've had it in my purse forever, so I'm glad that I finally got the full size. So I'm going to use these two together. Alright, so this is the finished makeup look. I just curled my eyelashes one more time, and I do want to blot, so just whatever you have laying around. Paper towel, napkin, tissue paper. So it just kind of like puts all your lip product like into your lips, so it's not going to just wipe off really quick. I always like to blot. I think it looks a lot more natural. It's not like gooey or anything. I just love the way this came out. It just looks very fall time appropriate. It's very warm, comforting, and just like perfect for a night out, going out to dinner or whatever. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I will have links to everything that I used down below, and don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you like makeup tutorials, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, I went through the Cebu Sea Buckthorn Balancing Facial Cleanser. This is so good. This is my all-time favorite cleanser, and I have tried so many cleansers that